Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we're giving you the entire year now for $10.08. Over 100 videos worth of content for $10.08.
8 cents is just such a slap in the face.
Like 84 cents a month, I think is what it comes out to.
I haven't seen 84 cents in 15 years.
I'm telling you.
Ever since penny candy.
So check us out on Patreon, guys. Hope to see you there.
The entire year.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
What's up, guys? How you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course.
Yeah, man. Y'all know what time it is. Metallica, welcome home or welcome back. You know, because we did Disposable Heroes about, a few weeks ago?
Yeah, man. We got to get back.
Dude.
That's what we said to ourselves. We got to get back to Metallica. Yep. We can never have enough Metallica. It brings the channel alive. Y'all love it.
Off the chain.
And it's a good way for us to kind of go ahead and get y'all over to Deaf to Radio, okay? Because it's probably going to be on Deaf to Radio.
There you go, man. There you go. But before, I love that plug, by the way. But before we get into that, man, shout out to our sponsors, Unbound Merino, for hooking us up with the gear, man.
Salute, man.
You can wear this in the gym, or you can wear it on a little date
club,
or something. Whatever you want to do,
brunch,
man. But you got to get your body
saying?
right first, though, because, if you ain't got your body right, it don't look now. I'm just messing with you now. But shout out to Unbound Merino, man, for sponsoring this video, man.
Yep, check out their information out in the description below.
Now, back to Metallica, man. This band needs no introduction, obviously. We love Metallica. Now, off of the Master of Puppets album, I think we did Master of Puppets, obviously, right? Disposable Heroes, which we did a few weeks ago, which was fire. Orion, right? Which was fire. And I think...
all out of here, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
Disposable Heroes out of
fire.
here. Orion,
fire.
Excellent. Master of Puppets, phenomenal, as we know. That's kind of what inspired us to get back to this particular song, because we know Creeping Death, and I'm trying to think if we've heard Creeping Death, to be honest with you, because we heard a few Metallica songs off the channel, but you guys want us to do Creeping Death, even Battery off this album was a big one.
That's true.
Four Horsemen has been a huge request, and we were almost going to do Four Horsemen, guys, just so you know, but we were like, you know what, we're almost done with Master of Puppets, man, we might as well just finish it up. Why not? Then again, we may still throw Four Horsemen. Who knows, man? Who knows what we're going to do? But we were just more inspired to get back to this album just because we did Disposable Heroes. And we have been both playing the hell out of that song, man. That might actually be at least my favorite, dude. That is a great song. I'm not ready to say it's my favorite Metallica song yet, but it's in the running for sure. So this was a monster request, though. Let's not sleep on this request.
Yeah, man.
And even when we did Blacken, I remember this being a huge request. And that's the song that we did for on Christmas as well, and that was on the Injustice for All album. So even underneath that, I've seen it so much. So it's about time that we got to this one. Anyway,
yeah, man.
Let's get into it, man. The great Metallica, man. Welcome home, Sanitarium. In walks the villain.
Chords, man. It's chords. Yeah.
I struggle with what we can say that's different about Metallica. Like, what else can we say? I don't know. I mean, this isn't, they're not thrashing our face off right now, right? Nope. Which is one of the things we love. They're not transitioning us to death, which is another thing that we love about Metallica, the way they transition, how they do it, the power, the aggression, all the things that I'm sure a lot of people love about Metallica. This is just beautifully done. Good 80s chords, man, for all those people that think everything about the 80s was cheese. It sounds like it's made in, 86?
Yep.
Let's double check
86.
Make sure.
86, yep.
86, so I can hear just in how they're playing the chords, it sounds like it was made in the 80s. Not that it's in terms of engineering or anything, but just in terms of the way that they played specific melodic chords. It has that in it. The way that they play music, man, it just seems like this is the way it should be done. It just really feels like the standard. It feels like this is how you build a song. Everything is logical. Everything is not just, it doesn't sound like it's coming from nowhere for no particular reason. So far, man, beautiful.
Very purposeful, man.
Absolutely.
I really think that it's beautiful. You said that earlier, that it's beautiful. And I think one of the things that I like about Metallica is I don't think I would describe their music as beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I love that the hard, powerful
be the
chords.
first word, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it does come across that way so far in this song anyway. It could, again, they could start a change up, and I would assume a hard, powerful guitar riff going like wah, come in or something. So that's what I would assume is going to come, and I love that. But it's beautiful though, man, and it's purposeful.
Yep.
That's one of the things that I think that I don't know if Metallica gets enough credit for, because it's not, like you said, it's not just things thrown in place. Right.
Yep.
It's like we're gonna build this song a certain way because of X.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it provides this feeling.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
or because it sounds this, we think it'll do this. And they have to be fans of music, man. I really feel like, give us some feedback on, we may have asked this before, maybe it's just escaping me now, but please give us some feedback on who Metallica's inspirations are. And I know, give us the rock and metal inspirations. Give us that, please. But if they have any inspirations outside of just rock and metal, please let us know.
Yeah.
Because I could just tell, man, they just seem to be students of music, whether it be classical.
There you go.
You know, you could just hear it, how it's composed. Beautiful, man, so far. Let's get back to it.
Like he could be in Top Gun or something. All of it. You know what I'm saying? When Goose died, and shit, he was throwing a chain in the ocean.
Yeah.
Goose, no.
How he's working up and down that scale, man.
Welcome to where time stands still. No one leaves and no one will. Rule is full, never seems to change. Just labeled mentally deranged. Dream the same thing every night. I see our freedom in my sight. No locked doors, no windows barred. No things to make my brain seem scarred. Sleep, my friend, and you will see the dream is my reality.
Get the intensity picking up. They're about to hit us with a long, powerful note.
Can't they see it's why my brain says rage. Sanitarium, leave me be. Sanitarium, just leave me alone.
Yeah. So intelligently placed. You know, where they put these transitions. Hey.
Let it rock.
My fear of what's out there.
I love it.
Cannot breathe the open air. Whisper things into my brain, assuring me that I'm insane. They think our heads are in their hands, but violent use brings violent plans. Keep him tight, it makes him well. He's getting better, can't you tell? No more can they keep us in. Listen, damn it, we will win.
All right, I'm gonna pause it before they get back into the second chorus, man. Dude, I don't know if you guys heard us over the music, man. It's just, everything is like intelligently placed, man. It's just, everything is purposeful. We said that, but it's not so much just playing because we can play well. I believe any of these guys can go off at any given time, and especially when we're talking about the soul. I think the lead guitarist is, I never give Kurt, I never give him his shine, man. I think at any moment he can go off and just kind of shred his ass off, right? But it's still placed in an intelligent way. I believe, like, I don't even know if you would classify that first chorus as a solo, but as a guitar solo, but that was like so in rhythm with the actual chorus. So when I talk about purposeful and how you're placing things, man, it's important to understand when to do what, even though you can do something, you know?
Yes.
Basketball reference, you know. Steph Curry is great. He can shoot threes from anywhere, right? But I don't know if you be shooting threes. I don't know if that's just because you can do it doesn't mean you need to do it every single time you touch the ball, right? And I feel like at any point they can let loose, but timing is everything, right? And when you do it and how you place it and all these things. And one more point I want to get into, and we'll let it rock or whatever. But I love the intensity in which the song is like boom, boom, boom. When it's building into the chorus, there's so many things happening, right? The melodic, nice, soft chords, which is what we like in the original groove. But then as they're going into the chorus, you can hear Hatfield's voice.
Yep.
And the guitar, like boom, boom. They're almost synchronized in the intensity building because we're about to transition you into the chorus. It's beautiful.
Beautiful,
dude.
man.
It's beautiful.
There you go. Beautiful. Well said, sir. It's just they're always impressing us, man. It's funny. I mean, we've heard this band I don't know how many times, and I'm glad that I'm glad that it's worked out this way. That we haven't gotten. We just knock all the songs out, like just do the whole Master of Puppets album when we first started recording videos, man, because we were able to kind of go here, go there, get a good feel for metal, different types of metal.
And I think we would lack appreciation for what's happening in the music because we've learned a little bit over the time.
All right, man, let's get back to it.
See? Let this anytime.
What's out there? Cannot breathe the open air. Whisper things into my brain, assuring me that I'm insane. They think our heads are in their hands, but violent use brings violent plans. Keep him tight and makes him well. He's getting better, can't you tell? No more can they keep us in. Listen, damn it, we will win. They see it's right, they see it well, but they think this saves us from our
Yeah.
Sanitarium.
Hey.
Leave me be. Sanitarium. Just leave me alone. Sanitarium.
Yeah, it's just there.
Yeah. The placement in which how they do it. It is perfect, right? That was so bad. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm sorry. Because I want to bring that back. All the trans and the little nuances that they did within that. It was just so nasty, man. But you've alluded to this in other Metallica videos, man. That this is the way it's supposed to sound. You've said that before. But dude, I feel like if there was a picture in the dictionary of a heavy metal band, it would have to be Metallica. It would have to be, right? I mean, because I think that they speak to everything that metal is, right?
All of it.
I really do. And I think that you would want, if you were going to listen to a metal song, right? If someone gave you a synopsis of what heavy metal should sound like, it's going to have hardcore progressions, it's going to have a hard riffs, it's going to have drumming, it's going to have this, it's going to have that. Whatever you would say, I'm not, a metal elitist, but whatever you would say, I feel like it would describe Metallica.
Yes. Yes. We struggle with saying anything different from this.
Yeah.
I don't want to just keep saying the same things. But this is something that I think was cut out in a video that we did a while back because the video just was long, in a Metallica video. Just so you guys know, like our videos can be no bullshitting. We've had hour and a half long videos talking about, we take so much out in recording because we just talk. We just keep going and whatever comes to mind because we don't want to really compromise anything.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that we've said that don't make videos, and sometimes we get confused on what was in what video.
Right. That's true.
But I've said this in a video, and I think that this was cut out before, that when I listen to Metallica Transition, there's a lot to love about it. Obviously, it catches you off guard, but it's also logical. It's logical at the same time. It doesn't feel like it's coming out of nowhere, but still sort of subtle enough that you're like, ooh, okay, that was cool. I knew it was coming. I didn't know it was coming right there.
Correct.
Right. So they're great at that. Transitions, we say that a lot, and there's even been like, I don't know, comedy surrounding how much we use the word transition.
Yeah.
But the reason why it sticks out to us, man, is because it's something that's being done well. That's obvious. Like I don't know exactly how to describe it from a a technical musical aficionado perspective, but I know that this is cool. This is a cool, obvious thing in your face. Like, oh, this part of the music it sounded this way, and then all of a sudden it didn't. And how the intensity and how they got there, and I just know this is a cool thing that's happening. And I always compare it to when there are sort of novice ears that listen to rap. What speaks out to them first? The first thing they typically say is, "Oh, this person's great because they're rapping really fast."
Yeah.
It's a quality in rap that to the person that is like a hip hop head, this isn't the number one thing. But the thing that peaks out is fast rapping because they can just, if you don't know anything about what they're talking about, you don't know what their background is or whatever the case may be, or understand nuance and understanding sort of metaphors and all these double entendres that are used and cultural references. One thing that you can peek out and say that sounds cool is, damn, he's rapping very fast, and I think that's cool, which is why a lot of metalheads and rock heads like Tech Nine and Eminem and certain people, because it's a very easy thing to see identify
Yeah, I got
that
you.
requires skill. So that's how I feel. That's just the me thing. That's just how I feel about transitions. It's just from day one, where I've always been like, man, that transition was great because I can see the dynamic change in the music, and it's just obvious that that's cool.
Yep.
Now, our understanding of what a good transition is and what a not so good transition is has sort of increased over time, right? It's gotten better over time, but I've always loved that about Metallica, man. But let's get back to that transition, though, man. Speaking of transitions,
Let's pauses within the. I mean, let's play it.
nasty.
Let me just shut up and let's play it.
Sanitarium, leave me be. Sanitarium, just leave me alone. Sanitarium.
It's like it's ascending. Yes, nasty. That's it. I don't care.
Fear of living on, and getting restless now. Mutiny in the air, got some death to do. Mirror stands back hard, kill with such a friendly word. Seems the only way for reaching out again.
Hey. Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah.
I thought something fucked up. You're like, yes. I'm like, oh, yeah. Go ahead, bro.
That trash shit.
Yeah.
Last top, and then we'll let it rock.
I ain't got no problem with this one.
Dude, man, that transition was so nasty. It just was, man. And I love how they keep you guessing because they, and I'm speaking like I know every band, but I would assume that they can throw a transition in here, throw a transition in there, and obviously they know when they're going to do that. I really feel like Metallica is like, okay, we know where the transitions are going to be, but how we transition, we're going to, we're really going to be unique in how we do it. I really feel like, because you know where the transition is going to be, but I feel like every transition, especially if you go see them live, I would assume that they're going to hit you, even though you know what the song sounds like, they probably might hit you with a unique off the cuff transition in a live performance. It sounds that way to me, that they're always trying to find new and creative little nuances within the music. You know, even in I was talking about Lars, y'all. If I was Lars, I'd be like, man, keep my name out your mouth. Seriously, I really would say.
Yeah, they bugger with the Lars. Let me say this, because this is under every single comment section. People are like, a lot of people don't like Lars because he's an asshole. That's what people say. Not because it's playing, but there are a lot of people, guys, that we're addressing that just talk about how shit he is. And maybe as of late, as he's gotten older and he's got maybe more comfortable, maybe he's at practicing his, I don't know.
Jordan's an asshole.
Yeah. But Jordan never really. Don't do that. Jordan ain't never fall on, but in his prime. But I get your point, though. Like, he's great, and yes, a lot of times, man, people who are great happen to be assholes, but it doesn't take away the greatness.
Exactly.
But
the bottom line, though, man, I didn't lost track because I didn't went on in tangents. But the bottom line, though, man, is just it's so intelligently placed, man. These transitions and the way that they do it, they keep you guessing on how they're going to implement the transitions. You know the transition is going to come at some point in time.
Yep.
And you might even nail where the transition is going to be.
Yep.
But how they did it.
How they do it.
You didn't nail that.
You didn't nail that.
And dude, I really feel like maybe that's some easy shit. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe that's some easy shit.
No, it's not,
but I
because
love the way it sounds.
we haven't heard too many other people that can do it.
That can duplicate that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back on the Lars hate, though, man. Back on the Lars hate, man. You had mentioned, like, if, you were Lars, you'd be like, man, y'all need to just don't even talk. Don't even speak my name.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm solidified over here.
There you go.
A good way to kind of, like, drive that home even more is, this is so petty, but if Lars is the asshole that you say he is, then he probably would do some shit like this. Just put out a whole list of every suggestion you ever made in every song when it came to the composition of the overall song outside of the drumming. Oh, you like that part right there? Yeah, that was me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that transition. Yeah, I told Kirk to do that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So just every part of every song, you know what I'm saying? And then try to downplay my legacy. Like, I'm not one of them dudes, man. Sometimes being humble just isn't enough, man.
You gotta be petty, huh?
Sometimes
you gotta pat your
petty.
own back, huh?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let them know, man. All right, man, but let's get back to it, man. They're crushing this as usual.
Killing it.
Mirror stands back hard. Kill with such a friendly word. Seems the only way for reaching out again.
That beat. Yeah, let's one more time.
Yeah.
Because they need to know, man. Because they need to know.
You do.
They need to know what appeals to people who aren't into the metal world crazy like that, even though that's kind of changed over time for us. But who aren't like the hardcore, most loyal metalheads ever. For dudes that just like metal, that rock with it, that's not obsessed with it, you gotta know what appeals to us, man. You know what I mean? It's fascinating. That little do. That was it, right?
You gotta have, but you have to have little nuances, though, man. That is so important. We've talked about that, I don't know how many times. It may not be super hard to pull off, but it's still creative because you created that, and it adds the feeling,
the impact.
Yes, you gotta do that, man. It's so fucking important.
The impact right there when they did, and what we're talking about is, I think Lars hit like what three drum. I don't know if it was like a 3 or 4 drum. Just hit the drums 3 or 4 times, whatever you want to call that. Fills, right? He had 3 or 4 fills in there. He was a do. That was it. But it was in the midst of
the shredding and the soul,
and it took it to a different level. Man. Let's go
just
back.
Play it back
because we both reacted at the same time, man.
They don't know.
They need to know.
They don't know. Hey, that was nasty. Yeah,
Such a friendly word seems the only way for reaching out again.
It's a double bass in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did it slick too?
They're just out of here. Did it
smooth too, man. Yeah, it's just
there's too much cool dope shit going on top of the technical ability. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much to explain it. If you don't know that, you
ain't from the right club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then they got the harmonizer guitars going on here. Woo! This should have been the last song on the album.
In the midst of them, right?
Yeah.
It's still under control.
Yep.
It's still saucy.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. They could have brought it back one more time. I'd have like, yeah, that was hot.
They gonna give me wrinkles, man.
Oh, okay, one more. Here it goes. There it is. Yeah.
I can't listen to Metallica, bro. They gonna age me, bro. Get wrinkles, bro.
Dude, it's all
Scrunching my face up. I can't get them wrinkles from scrunching. You know, Ryan, you mentioned something, and I really love that you said this. You had mentioned that, you know, they're going so crazy, even in the solos. We don't really give Metallica, we have, but not in every video or every song that we've done from them, where we've given them a lot of credit for their ability to just play very, very well composed and well played solos. But they kill that shit, and I just think it has everything to do with the totality of what we're hearing. Everything, we don't feel the need to like go to give too much credit in this place or that place, because everyone is in such harmony.
Yeah.
You know, everything is at a high level. So we're like, dude, it's great. The transition involves everything typically, right?
Yep.
It involves the drumming. It involves
Yep.
the guitar work. It involves the bass, right? So all the players on the team, man, are coached by Greg Popovich, apparently, man. You know what I'm saying? And to add to your basketball analogy, it feels like Lars was like, I mean, good point though, Kirk, but nah.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I like this here. You know what I mean? And Cliff, you know, rest in peace to Cliff. Like, I think the bass work, everyone, it feels like a bunch of Chiefs that are coming together to form a great piece of work. And you could just tell that. I really love the fact that you could just tell a lot of time and effort has been put into how meticulous they are with how the music sounds and how it transitions and how it flows, man. Just excellent.
And dude, case in point, man, I want to shout out the master engineer and the mixing engineer as well, George Marino and Michael Wagner, for just putting the shit together. I mean, I don't think we've ever kind of shouted them out, you know? But the way that, I mean, I agree with you. I think that they're just such a perfectionist type of group, but the technical ability is there, we know, but it still is rhythmic and it's very groovy, and it's just, they understand how to structure the song, and then on top of that, they're very skillful. On top of that, everything is purposeful in how they place transitions and how they do the transition and how it comes out, and everyone working together. It's just so many things going. There's so many things at a high level, and everything has to work right. So you have to really give everyone their due credit. It's just incredible to see a band that is technically sound, that I personally like a lot, and I think they really have a lot of swag, and they're very cool, and how they come across. At least that's the way their music come across to me. Because there's a lot of bands that I like, and they're gonna remain nameless right now, and a lot of songs, regardless of the genre, that I like, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it gives me the emotional response that Metallica does, the cool factor, and how they went into transitions and how they're able to recreate their music. It's just so dope, man. So with that being said, not playlist for me.
Not
Just
playlist?
joking. I was just joking.
But to say,
of course it's playlist.
This is playlist.
Of course it's playlist.
And Metallica, and it speaks volumes, man, because I go back to Metallica. You know, it's one thing to be sort of caught up in a moment of hearing something, especially when we were kind of initially throughout our journey, earlier on in our journey. You know, you get caught up in the excitement of, you know, hearing something new that's outside your comfort zone and liking it. You're like, wow, this is cool. You're really excited. But then the true test comes with time.
Yeah, it does.
Do I go back to the music consistently? Bam, bam. Oh, I can't wait to listen to Metallica today, or Deftones, or Gojira, or Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Like, these are the bands that we go back to.
That's true.
Bam, bam. There's a lot of songs where we were like, playlist, fire, and then about a month after that, that band's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's true.
Metallica's a band that me and Ryan both always go back to constantly and
They're
play.
just dope.
Getting into the lyrics though, man. Didn't really pay too much attention to them. I know that
Rightfully so.
Yeah, we
because
went
the
to the groove.
musicianship was just off the chain.
So maybe we'll give you a follow up on the lyrics, But from what I gather, man, I mean, the song's called "Welcome Home, Sanitarium." It's just a mental institution is what that is essentially, and it kind of started off by saying, at first I thought the song was kind of going in sort of literally more straightforward, as in they're talking about someone who's in an insane asylum, mental institution, and maybe they are, but maybe there's a metaphor or a broader purpose for it, because then it says here, no bars. Would it say no locked doors, no windows, no bars? No things to make my brain scarred. So then it kind of gives me the indication that maybe, it's no bars, no anything. So maybe it's you're a prisoner of your own mind. Maybe someone who's just, again, is kind of clinically insane. But then it says they somewhere in here, right? Where I said, it says, assuring that I'm insane, they think our heads are in their hands. But violent use brings violent plans. Keep him tied. It makes him well. He's getting better, can't you tell? So I don't know if it's a broader sort of, maybe society tries to make tries to make people who are maybe divergents of sort, who think outside the box, who are more rebellious in a sense. They try to make them look crazy, but maybe they're not crazy. Maybe it's society that's trying to hold people back and keep them sort of captive. And I don't know if it's a bigger picture here. I really have to digest the lyrics, but it does seem that way, because it says here, even on the side, man, as I'm talking, it said this is based off of the Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson.
I never seen that.
So he was in, from what I remember, it's been such a long time.
Okay. But it sounds like somebody that is cuckoo.
But not really though. You know what I'm saying? He's in this. So I think from what I remember in the movie, Jack Nicholson wasn't supposed to be in there. But he did something that put him in there. So he was in this asylum with people who are actually clinically, but he wasn't supposed to be there. And they were trying to make it out to seem like he was. He had to battle this nurse or something like that. So maybe this is that's essentially kind of, it says that was the inspiration for the song. So maybe that's where they're going. It's just like people are trying to make it seem like you're insane, but you're not. You're actually very sane, but everyone else
is crazy.
Yeah, who knows? But we have to get into the lyrics, guys. So, we were more so focused on as we always are, it seems like, with Metallica, with the music itself. But it's something to be said for their ability to write songs and to capture
it's true.
that. Because as the music intensified, like Ryan said, the intensity in his voice, I'm not crazy, maybe you are, I don't know, really reflected that. Anyways, that's it. Great song, playlist. Always a pleasure, man, to do Metallica. And we love how it brings us excitement to the channel. We're excited to do the videos, and we're happy that you guys are excited to see them. So we'll keep on checking that box, bruh. Maybe we'll finish off the album. Maybe we'll go to Creepin' Death Decks. Let us know in the comments, man.
Yeah, man.
Let us know what you guys think of Death to Radio as well, man, as you're playing with it, man. Give us some feedback on the site, please.
Absolutely.
All right, that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel if you're interested. It will allow you to get exclusive access to our content. The link for that will be in the description. Also, big shout out to our sponsor, Unbound Merino, man. Check them out. Their information is down below as well. I'm George. That's Ryan, Las Vegas.
We out.